going to help others who don't have the means, especially what she told us about the education, how she's going to invest whatever people are sowing into education to enhance people's life.
When you are supporting her, when you are giving into anything she does, you would know you're not throwing your money away, but you are using it to support the kingdom of God. So I do it because I believe in her gift, I believe in her ministration, and I believe she's being used by God.
It
was an intimate experience for some fans and friends of gospel musician Diana Hamilton as they were treated to good music and food. But not only that, the evening saw the launch of the musician's new album, Grace. How many songs do we have on that album? Because we know that we have 2 songs that are playing off the album. How many songs do we have on the album? How can we get the album?
Okay, so I might not be able to tell you how many songs because I have hymn medleys, I have worship medleys, and I have about 7 other individual tracks on it. But it's a fully loaded album.
Proceeds from this event, according to the musician, will go to support the building of a 5-classroom block for some pupils in the OT region.
I think that the corporate nature of it makes it stand out.
Of course, the path that she's charting, that she wants to help the needy. The Bible says that I was naked, you didn't clothe me. I was sick, you didn't cater for me. And so there's a great and a noble cause that she's charting. Everybody must come on board and support it. So,
Simplicity, the intensity, the kind of people who were there were people who loved Diana. Notwithstanding, there are a lot of people who love her who were not there though. But you could tell that everybody was there for a reason. The fact that we love what she's doing and we appreciate her, so we were here to support her. And I could see a lot of people around who made it clear that they were there to just be there for her.
This is Samira Baumia, Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana. Nanadra Wendo and other dignitaries were at hand to support the initiative. The Grace album, according to Diana Hamilton, will be a blessing to all.
Offices needs to be strengthened. If you go there, you see that the offices are very weak. So what I am going to do is we're going to strengthen them by giving them all the office
of musicians to make sure that they have fair royalties, to make sure that there's no infringement on copyright laws. You drive through the streets and some guys come to you, they are selling CDs. Where do they get them from? Pirates. Those musicians who are owners of the music are sitting somewhere and they don't even have money.
They have crucified the new. They are sitting down here saying nice things. I am not going to read my manifesto because they have read portions of it. I have it, I have a magazine of it. I typed everything myself. This is my mind. If I can edit documents from the state-owned enterprises, I am not only linked with musicians, I'm linked with the creative industry. You understand?
Their competencies. If they weren't running and they were probably in the vice race, which of them would you have wanted to work with?
To be very honest with you, both of them were given the mandate, and they never worked when we were in crisis. When I took charge as the acting president, the reason why I won't choose Brass is that I got him an office. Now, as we speak, he hasn't taken over. I have collected his percentage for him. He hasn't been able to come and collect it. I see them as they will come and collect titles and go and sit at home. Musical does not need that.
I will not choose Mr. Simons because he doesn't have what it takes to run an office or an administration. He might be a fantastic keyboardist, but obviously he doesn't have that capacity to manage the corporate office. I would not choose Raz because, number one, he's a litigant. Things that he can use constitutional structures to resolve, he wants to go to the court of law. So maybe one day when we come to the office and I'm not able to get him water to drink, he will sue me.
I can't work with any of them. Because they already belong to a corrupt regime, you know.
If we really want to see musical go forward, this lady we should all rally behind this lady and forget about all the favoritisms and who I know. So that all the young people can roll on musical membership. Because Bessa and Brasapia Levi, please, I'm sorry to say this. You are not ready for this, Andy.
Oh,
we are not going into the future with this kind of old mentality, Andy. We are not. No, Andy. This morning, I'm taking this seriously, and I'm happy my brothers are here. See, music business has moved from studio. Telling me you are a keyboardist and you play keyboard, we have moved from that, Andy. Look at how our life have been taken for granted as musicians. Look at our leadership. I think it's time the ministry gets involved. It has to look. Musical presidency should now be a state mandate. How can Apia Levi say that the manifesto is 40? Their constitution is 40. The musical constitution that they are all going to vote on is 40. Yet you are contesting. You said the manifesto is 40. So why are you contesting? Then now you say your manifesto. They ask you how are you going to raise budget for your manifesto? So my manifesto is budgeted at $10 million. How are you going to raise the funds? My in-law. You are going to bank all the life of musicians on your in-law. See, we are not here to play.
I know,
now, Bessa was also, let me quickly end with this. Bessa also asked, how is he also going to finance his manifesto? He said, he's going to depend on grant. Andy, what's the meaning of grant? Grant,
I think we just we keep it real.
Staying true.
By that, we don't try to stage anything. You know, we don't try to act. We just try to keep it as real as we can.
When you say you don't act, what does that mean?
Because in our industry, you know, most of the things are staged. You know, you want to be a brand. You know, so you have to act a certain way. You know, we don't do all of that. We just live our everyday life.
But sometimes you can go off the radar. You know, you can just vanish.
Yes,
that's it.
But
we don't hear anything.
But we are living our everyday life, even off the radar, which means with our friends, our family, you know, just live like a normal individual. Also, remember, in Africa, we don't have an industry.
Really?
It's not really. We don't have an industry. We are now getting an industry. You know, there are a lot of things that you can do here in Africa you can't do outside. You know, especially in Ghana also, we don't have an industry at all. So with Mr. Easy, so what I'll say is we unofficially put it together. So Mr. Easy wasn't signed, R2Bs wasn't signed, Ifia wasn't signed. You know, and maybe Wiz announced it too early. Maybe he was too excited at the Ghana show. There was a show in Ghana. I forgot which show it was. Maybe he was too excited and announced it very.
I think it was a VGMA.
Yeah, VGMA. So maybe he was excited and spoke about it a bit too early. So just after the announcements, things started to dissolve. Yeah. I remember very well that day when Wiz was going back to Lagos. It was the next day. He was saying, no interview. No interview. Because he knows the public won't understand what we're trying to do. You know, so we'll just tell him, yo, no interview. You know, but it is what it is.
Wear things that I'm comfortable with, and people sort of like what I wear. You know, and I'm one of those who, if I am a Ghanaian, I will wear 99% Ghanaian, made in Ghana. So I love almost everything I'm wearing here is made in Nigeria.
Exactly.
I like to promote local talent because I think that the Gucci's of the world, the D&Gs, if their people didn't promote them, you know, they won't be where they are. And I always challenge our musicians to say, just imagine that for every time you say Versace and Gucci, you say
a KOD
or a Moody.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm wearing, So just imagine that for every time musicians mention Hennessy or Moe, they mention Brukutu or something.
Or Casapreco or something. Electrical motor or something. That's what we're talking about.
Something local. Imagine what life would have been like if from the time Kente, the Ghanaian Kente cloth, started being a symbol, there was social media. Sure. Imagine if all African celebrities or actors or musicians have a Kente strip across. By now it would be bigger than what it is.